Hello, YouTube. What's up? It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome back to Sexy Actresses Movie Month. This time we're talking about a movie from last year that I saw that has a really good looking actress, but that's one of the only few good things in the movie. And that is the 2019 flop. Yes, flop. Men in Black International. Now, before I go on with the review, I need to say I do like the Men in Black films. I have all three of them. The first two on this box set DVD, and the third one on Blu-ray and DVD. These films are fun. Two and three are flawed, but they're better than this freaking movie because at least Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones are there. Replacing them with these two people from Thor Ragnarok was a mistake. And calling it Men in Black, even though one is a woman and it's underused. This wasn't even directed by Barry Sonnenfeld because he was wasting his time with Nine Lives a couple years ago. This was done by F. Gary Gray, the same guy that gave us Fate of the Furious, which I didn't see, and I think he did Italian Job, the remake of that. Yeah, good director, but I don't care about this movie. Like you could tell this wasn't his vision. This was a studio interfered, soulless cash grab of the first three films. He also directed Friday. The original Friday is good. Italian Job remake, I thought it was okay. Man Apart, Be Cool, Law Abiding Citizen, Straight Outta Compton. I heard that was good, but this is easily his worst that I've seen. Yeah, what the hell were they thinking? Seriously, what the hell were you thinking? Universal did this. Let me see. No, Sony and Columbia Pictures. Go screw yourself, Sony. This is why I'm not going to see Morbius this year. People are like, but Morbius is gonna introduce Morbius into the MCU and he's gonna fight Blade. No, he's not. I bet that's not even gonna happen. But anyway, this is not a Morbius video. This is about Men in Black International. The movie starts out with a flashback where Tessa Thompson, as a little girl, sees an alien and never tells her parents, and her parents get neuralized. Yeah, just like in the first three films, that they use the neuralizer, flash somebody in the face, and they forget it even happened. And I'm like, this was a waste of a character. You could have easily one flashback does not contain a freaking backstory enough for a little girl unless you show progression when she becomes a teen and the things that she does and that what makes her a woman in the future. With this movie, it's like no, you got to accept her just because she's a black Hispanic woman mix. No, you got to do better than that. You can't just say here, woman, like her or else. No, that's not what worked last year. It did not work with freaking Black Christmas last year, or Woke Angels, or Dark Fate, or freaking even Rise of Skywalker is suffering that because again the feminists killed the freaking franchise. This movie cost a $110 million. What a waste! And it made 253. That would be awesome if it made that domestically, but it didn't. It bombed. And it's a waste of a cast. You have Chris Hemsworth. He's Agent H. He's boring. He smiles a lot, but he doesn't do anything. He's like falling asleep in one scene. That was me almost. And him and Tessa Thompson in this movie, they act like they don't never acted with each other before, even though they worked with each other twice in Thor Ragnarok and in Endgame. So where the hell was the chemistry here? You got Liam Neeson as High Tie. Yeah, the head of the MIB UK branch. Again, fuck the UK for the most part. I don't care about those actors from over there. Now Liam Neeson, he's cool, but he doesn't have anything to do here. And there's a twist that you see a mile coming from a mile away. You see it coming from a mile away. Oh, spoiler alert! Liam Neeson is an alien the whole time. Yeah, that was stupid. Kumail Nanjiani, he's one of the few bright spots of this movie. He's funny with what's given to him as Pawnee, and he has some lines that made me chuckle, and he's cute, and he has some presence. And his voice doesn't bother me. Rafi Spall, he annoyed the shit out of me. Agent C, he is so loud and obnoxious, I couldn't stand him. He's nails on a chalkboard. Rebecca Ferguson, if you loved Rogue Nation and you loved Mission Impossible Fallout, and no, Kenny, I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking to you for a while. She is wasted in this movie. She doesn't come into this film until an hour and 20 minutes. I counted. I saw this movie on Stars last year. 1 hour and 20 minutes until you get my gorgeous Real Ray freaking beauty. And she does nothing. She has a quick fight scene for like 5 minutes and then she's gone. Another bright spot of this movie is I think the creature designs and some of the CG looks really good for the creatures. The Some of the CG where they're flying on this freaking thing, this jetpack thing, which is trying to be like the car in the first one where Will Smith presses the button and they're launching. And it's like, "Ah!" That's funny. That still makes me laugh. And Tommy Lee Jones playing the Elvis music and they're upside down. That's funny. What's funny here? Chris Hemsworth using a hammer is like, oh, the tides have turned. And he throws the hammer and nothing happens. I'm like, it's a wink and a nudge to Marvel. Sorry, Sony. Marvel has already done it better 23 more times than you have. The only things that you know how to do well is Spider-Man when you don't have studio interference and your game systems. You fucked up Jumanji, you fucked up Ghostbusters, and you messed up Men in Black. 2 was like a remake of the first one, but at least it had something different. At least the villain was a female and it was badass. She was sexy, Laura Flynn Boyle. Third one, I hated the villain, but at least Tommy Lee Jones, while he wasn't in it that much, you had Josh freaking Brolin to replace him as a younger K. And that's freaking Thanos right there. You have talent. In this movie, the talent is wasted. Um, the freaking twins, these shape shifting alien guys. These guys are so freaking bland and forgettable. You will forget they were even in the movie. These Moroccan French guys that speak in their language, and then aliens abduct them, and the whole movie they're like dancing like this. Yeah, it's so stupid. You thought the scene in Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer, was dumb with Mr. Fantastic throwing his arms out and stretching out. That's nothing compared to the shit in this movie. It's like the cantina scene on crack. And also, I'm not kidding. There's a guy in this movie where his beard is a freaking alien. That could have been a good idea, but they waste it. It's like his chin. It's like it comes out and it's like talking. It's like, and I'm like, you're stealing ideas from the second movie when Johnny Knoxville had like a little head. It's the same freaking thing. It's just on the face instead of the head. Emma Thompson, she was wasted here too. In 3, I thought she was wasted in that too. Please stop wasting this actress. She won an Oscar. That's what I'm going to say. Um, Kevin Novak as Vungus the Ugly, a member of an alien royal family and friend of H, also portrays Nasser and voice Bassam. Yeah, I don't know who he was. Uh, yeah, this is just a wasted movie. Like, the special effects, like I said, are one of the few bright spots. But it's not funny. The only thing that's funny is Pawnee, Kamal Nanjiani's voice. He's like, I don't like you. That was kind of funny. But the movie's too long too. Like the first movie, how long was the first Men in Black? I want to see how long it was. It wasn't 2.5 hours. I know that. Shit. 98 minutes. This movie is only 98 minutes. 2 is 1 hour and is 88 minutes. See, under 2 hours. You don't need to stretch out the running time. This one is 1 hour and 1 hour and 46 minutes. Okay, so it's a little bit longer. There's more backstory, etc. This one, I'm not freaking kidding. With the end credits, 1 hour and 55 minutes. There is at least 25 minutes of filler in this freaking movie. Sony, we're not going to be fooled in the theater anymore. We want to see long movies that are epic. Thor Ragnarok was almost the same running time as this, and it was much funnier and way more colorful and way better acted and had better writing. And Taika Waititi can direct. He's weird. Yeah, really weird. Jojo Rabbit doing this, the goose step. Yeah, that's weird. But at least he can direct. This movie was, yeah, Thor Ragnarok was longer, but again, it didn't feel that long. 2 hours and 10 minutes, it went by quick. This is a chore to get through. And I haven't done a rant for a while, so I need to do this because my views have been kind of slipping. And it's a new year. I want to be powerful again with the views like I did last year and in the past couple years. Um, but like I said, the film's just not funny. A lot of the jokes are either sexual jokes or stupid, like toilet humor, I think and too much dialogue. Like this is a movie literally where there's way too much talking. The first 3 films had talking, but it goes by quick if it's only 96 minutes, and the second one's 88, and this one's an hour and 40. You cut out Alice Eve, you're fine, and the villain you give him less screen time because he's like, yeah, fuck you, Jermaine Clemens. You're not a talent. You're an annoyance. You annoy me in every movie you do. Reception for this movie, $80 million. at the box office in the US. Overseas, 173. It didn't even break even. That's how lame this freaking movie was. And I was looking forward to this. I'm like, hey, as long as Rebecca Ferguson gets a toy made out of her, I might go see it. And she's in the movie at an hour and 20 minutes of the freaking movie. So false advertisement showing her in the theater, in the trailer that she's gonna be in it. She's in for 5 minutes. You wasted her. Thank God this movie bombed. This is a wake up call for Hollywood. Stop trying to recreate our nostalgia. Stop it. If you don't have two men, they could be both white or both black. I don't care. But do it right. Casting a woman was not the problem here. The problem is the writing is dumb. Tessa Thompson is trying, but every time she's a liar in the movie, she's just wants to, she thinks that she's special. She's trying to like push Chris Hemsworth to do things, and he's just like not budging. And she has an American accent here, which is nice to hear, but she just looks bored at times. She's like, I'm doing customer service, blah blah blah. Have a nice day, have a nice day, have a nice day. Yeah, that's what I wanted to see in a Men in Black movie. Freaking people on being telemarketers or customer service. It's boring. I've already seen that before. The critical consensus. Amiably yet forgettable. Oh yeah, this movie's very forgettable. The soundtrack is forgettable. The plot is forgettable. The characters are forgettable. Men in Black International grinds into its star's substantial chemistry through the gears of a franchise running low on reasons to continue. Thank you. Just like with KK Wars. You made the original movies and you made them shittier. That's why Rise of Skywalker has not made $2 billion. Because it's the studio's movie. It's not for the fans. These movies were for the fans with Men in Black. Even the second one. The second one was still a financial hit, and fans were more forgiving back in 2002. Now there is no excuse. Making a crap reboot and you add a woman just because the feminist card that'll bring the vaginas into the theater. It didn't. It failed. Just like Dark Phoenix. Oh, the women are always saving the men around here. Now you might as well change the name to X Women. Yeah, you're never gonna see that in the Disney regime. Oh God, no. Yes, Disney makes a lot of mistakes. They screwed up Star Wars. They made crappy remakes that we didn't need live action. They made terrible direct-to-video sequels in the past. They've had horrible Disney Channel shows and movies. But what they did right was the MCU. That was done right all the way, even with their fuck ups with some of the sequels, and they get talented people to write. That's why their movies make billions of dollars. Even Ant-Man made more than this movie, and that's laughable. Ant-Man, a character I never knew in the comics, made more than another comic book movie, Men in Black International. God, this movie sucked. It was so. And look at this one. From The Guardian. This is exactly what I would have said if I saw this in the theater last summer. Called it MEH in Black, like meh from Emoji Movie, making another intensely tiresome and pointless reappearance. Thank you. Just like Solo, just like Rogue One, just like freaking Rise of Skywalker. You take the same thing that we've seen already, nostalgia, 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 you shove it in our face. And this movie is in the same canon as these? No, it's not. That's like saying freaking the Black Christmas remake from last year is canon with the original and the remake that came out in 2006. It's not. Stop trying to pretend that it does. We don't give a shit about nostalgia anymore. That train has long gone. You know why Bad Boys 3 made money like these? AKA Bad Boys for Life? Because Sony didn't interfere. They let the actors be the actors, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. They didn't recast them. They didn't turn them white. They didn't turn them woke with these women, coming out of nowhere. No, it didn't do that. Yeah, there's some badass women in that movie, but they don't overshadow the plot. This, it does. It's like we have a man and a woman in black, but again, that wouldn't work. And the woman in black is already a movie, a crappy remake, horror movie. There's one with Daniel Radcliffe, and then a sequel that was crap. But with this, yeah, this movie you can skip it. If you've never seen Men in Black International, just go watch these. These are not 30 years old, guys. The first movie is almost 30 years old. It's 1997, so 2007, 2017, like about 23 years old. The second one is 18 years old now. This one is only 8 years old. Yeah, 8 years old. This is not from 20 years ago. This is from 2012, the same year Avengers came out. Go watch those. Skip this one. You can skip it. It's a forgettable, messy, unfunny freaking rehash of the first film. Not every joke is stolen from the first film, but there's way too many. Remember this? Remember the button? Remember the little gun that K had? I mean, Jay had in the original. That's like this small. Remember this? Remember the alien worms that drinking coffee? Remember the freaking dog? Remember Emma Thompson in the third one? No, I don't remember. But yeah, it's all memorberries. And I told you, I don't give a shit about a UK branch. This decade, I'm going to be against all this freaking UK bullshit because I don't need it in my cinema. Every MCU movie has either been directed, written, or freaking casted. You know, they cast a bunch of Brits in them, and some of them just don't work. That's why I'm hesitant about Black Widow. I love Scarlett Johansson. I'm only seeing it for her. I don't give a rat's ass about Pugface or freaking Rachel Weisz. And you know who I'm talking about. See Midsummer, and you'll be horrified by that, by her performance in that. I don't care about the people from Game of Thrones and Eternals. I don't care, guys. Do I hate them all? No. I have a friend on Facebook that's British, but he's a nice guy, and he's not an asshole like these pretentious ass fucks that they want to be in everything. We're gonna recreate Star Wars with a British cast, with two British people that are gonna blow your mind, and they're forgettable, just like this freaking movie. Forgettable is not in my vocabulary, guys. This is not Men in Black. This is Meh and Woman in Bleh. In Bleh. Meh and Bleh. That's what this freaking movie is. It's not Men in Black. I wish I could normalize myself to forget I ever saw this movie because it sucks. I was so disappointed because I was looking forward to this in a way. Not like, oh my God, is it going to be my top three of the year? No, it was just, it could have been a guilty pleasure if it was written decently, but it wasn't. Oh, you're a racist. You don't like anything British. I said that Chris Hemsworth's accent did not bother me. Not once did I mention that his accent sucked. He was trying. Liam Neeson, he's just there. Just like he was in Battleship and a lot of other films where he's wasted. But yeah, stop doing these freaking rehashes. This isn't going to get a sequel. We already got two of them with the real Men in Black right here. Two of them. This one and this one, while flawed, I'd rather see it. It's shorter than this freaking mess. And at least Will Smith, it doesn't. Stop remaking movies without Will Smith. Stop giving his movies shitty sequels and reboots without him. You messed up with Independence Day 2. You messed up with this movie franchise, and now you're gonna mess up with the Suicide Squad without Will Smith as Deadshot. So yeah, you're doomed. You're so freaking doomed, movie. Yeah, stop doing sequels without Will Smith. Just stop it. What next? You're gonna do the what was another movie? Not Gemini Man. You're gonna do a Bad Boy sequel without Will Smith? Yeah, I don't know if four should be a good idea, but anyway, it's not about that. It's about Men in Black International. No Will Smith, no deal. This is one of the only movies I can agree with a certain someone I'm not friends with anymore. He said, "No Will Smith, no Tommy Lee Jones. I pass. I should have passed because it sucked. So disappointing. Rebecca Ferguson could have been a badass in this, and she's just a four-arm alien ripoff of Goro from Mortal Kombat with a with an Egyptian wig. And I'm like, you're so sexy. Why did you waste? Why did F. Gary Gray waste you? Why did the writers waste you? Who wrote this movie? It wasn't the writers from the first film. Art Markham and Matt Holloway. Oh, look what they did. I love Iron Man. That's one of the only good things they've done. Punisher Warzone. Yeah, the worst Punisher live action movie. Screw you for that. And that's not Sony's fault. That's Marvel Knights. And Transformers The Last Night. One of the worst sequels of 2017. That movie hurt. And guess what? Josh, Anthony, uh, Edgar, all you guys that are on Facebook and YouTube and our StreamYard, these idiots are writing Morbius. So expect more boredom. Expect that movie to be 2 hours. Expect that movie to have horrible writing. And if you say, but Jared Leto's performance is so captivating, it better be there. Because if that's not in the movie, you're so screwed. That movie, yeah, the same writers of Morbius. Oh God, I'm glad I'm not gonna see that movie in the theater. Sony should not be trusted. With Ghostbusters Afterlife, there's no way in hell it's gonna be worse than Fembusters. It would have to try to be worse than that shitty movie. It would have to try to make the kids the most annoying things ever. It would have to try to be worse than this freaking movie. It would have to try, and it's not going to. So, yeah, you can skip Men in Black International. It sucks. It's a pointless reboot. We didn't need it. We should have just had a Men in Black 4 with the crossover with 21 Jump Street. That would have been interesting. Even if it was Will Smith and Josh Brolin as younger Kay and Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill, that would have infinitely been better than this shit. It gets a thumbs down from me. It's a disappointment. Anyway, guys, if you want to see Men in Black, see this. Read the freaking comics. Watch the cartoon from the 90s. Anything is better than this. Anything with that name, Men in Black. Because this was just meh in bleh. That's all I can say. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next review.